Greetings, Samurai. FiOth here, and in this video we're gonna be talking about soul cores and more specifically soul fusion. Now, soul fusion is a function that allows you to pick any one of your soul cores and max out its rank so its abilities and overall stats will be more effective. The thing is that during your initial playthrough you'll probably get swarmed by these things. Like you get a ton of cores, they're dropping from probably every enemy in the game, and you will have no idea how to handle the whole mass, the sheer volume of the drops, and how exactly to optimize. So we're gonna go in depth here, and I hope this helps you. So initially you want to go into the soul fusion menu that's in the shrine. You will begin by sorting your items by type. As you can see, I can rotate with R3. We want to be by type. By types because we want to be able to see out of every core the best possible role that we have. Cores have roles like all gear in the game, and we will need to retain the best ones to keep them, and the rest will go as fusion material or for release for rites that will give you shards. We'll go into that later. First and foremost, we need to pick each and every one of our yokai soul cores to choose which one we want to keep. For example, I have this Gaki here, the most basic of enemies. Understand that the first two perks here that has a sort of hexagon on the left will always be on the core, like on the items. This will never be removed. So Gaki has Anima, Charge, Dark Realm, and Life Drain Yokai ability hit. It will come with 3 more perks at most. So you want 2 of these perks to be things you want, and 1 of these perks will be an inheritable. If you have 3 perks below here, 1 of them will have the symbol on the left that is a square pointing to another square. That means that the last infusion you perform, the inheritable perk from your material core, the one that will be destroyed, will be passed on to your final core. So we have this Gaki here. It has attack and defense, pretty decent. And the inheritable is the equipment drop rate versus humans. While I don't really care about that, I am keeping this Gaki, I'm locking it down, because this roll is good, attack and defense is good. Not that I'm ever gonna use a Gaki, but you never know, you just keep one of each kind or a couple of them. And I'm keeping this because it's attack defense, it's good, it's universal, it can always perform for you, it will be useful. I'm keeping another Gaki here that has an inheritable attack. Now you cannot put 2 of the same in any given piece of gear or in any core, but I can use this to maybe in the future enhance another Gaki with attack. So this is the first step that you're gonna take. Second, for your initial playthrough, the level of your soul cores depends on when you got it. If you got it later on in the game, it will be of higher level in accordance to your level. So maybe you have that Yatsunokami, the third boss, the very effective snake that slithers around damaging enemies. Well, you got it and you were like level 16, and now it seems to be kind of weak. You go back to the mission, replay it, kill the boss, get the core, and now that core is of higher level. But how many of those guys do you need to infuse into each other? Well, if you keep one that is maxed out, this Gaki for example, if I try to upgrade this Gaki, that's a soul core rank 1, and I use my maxed out Gaki as material, you can see on the right that it will also max out this Gaki. So by keeping 1 maxed core in your inventory, you can always have enough soul core rank up XP to finalize any future drop that comes your way, and you like it and you want to keep it. So what we need to be careful about is making sure we check all our cores, we keep the best rolled ones, and it would be good if we could also keep one that is of high level, and, well, lock it down, upgrade it, and transfer the final perk that you might want in order to make it as efficient as possible. Now, in these two Enkies, for example, you can see that I have the 2 default perks, 2 more perks, and an empty perk slot. That's because, as I said, the last perk can only be an inheritable perk. Now, there is another thing that we have to talk about, and that is mortal souls. The mortal soul cores are kinda rare, much rarer than normal drops from yokai, and the good thing about them is that you can put them in every fusion scenario. You can use them in every fusion scenario, and they can upgrade pretty much any other soul core. They're pretty effective at it as well, and they can have inheritables, and you see here. So what other difference does that make? Well, if you try to perform a fusion here, as you see, it will be overwritten, and the effect from our soul core, that is a universal infusion material, will be transferred to the other core. If you see, I can press R2 here, and it will show you what it will look like afterward. Like, this is with the damage taken versus yokai, and this is with attack as it comes initially. So this is another thing that you want to know, that having those mortal souls around is a good way to be able to upgrade whatever you wish later on. Don't expend them for anything, just keep them. I've been experimented, like burned a couple of them to upgrade things that I'm not really using, not the best use of my materials. Whatever's left after soul fusion should be given here to the resting right screen, because you will be getting soul fragments by doing that. And every time this blue bar on the bottom right fills, you get a sifling point to invest in your sifling tree. So that's pretty much it, guys, for your initial playthrough. Here's all the info you need on soul fusion. Everything else that I will discover in the future will go into the description. So as I stated in the beginning of the vid, always check the description. Hope you found this useful. Sub, like, and share if you did. I will be covering everything in Neo 2. Until next time, be well, stay frosty, and always strive for perfection. Cheers.